Well, good morning, good evening and good day, and welcome back to my channel. Now this is a bit of a different video, so for my regular viewers, you may want to turn off now because this is not a motorbike adventure, but it is an adventure. And just to give you a bit of backstory, I'm in Tasmania for the week with my work, and we're hosting, myself and my colleague are hosting a food and wine tour. They're club managers who apply and they get selected to do certain trips. We have a number of bursaries on offer. So this is the Tassie Food and Wine bursary. So I was very fortunate enough that my boss and colleagues said that I could come along and help with the week. So I have been doing daily videos that I've been posting on my work Facebook page and LinkedIn, just to show people and our members what these trips are about and encourage them to apply for bursaries in the coming years. Today is a free day, so it's an off day, which is why I'm putting this particular video on my channel, because I do like to go exploring and I do like to share information and stuff about Australia in particular and the world when I get to travel it. So a bit of a heads up, there hasn't been a lot of content from me in the last couple of weeks except some shorts, because as many of you know, I accidentally in a home accident cracked my sternum. So I've been in a bit of a world of pain about that. Just breathing, coughing, sneezing has been a nightmare. But because I've been holding myself in a funny way, I've managed to also pinch a nerve in my sciatica. So my whole right leg is burning, painful, numb, tingling. The pain has been quite unbearable. On Sunday, which was the day before I flew out, I spent 6 hours in emergency just to see a doctor to try and get some painkillers or something to help me manage, knowing that I had this full week ahead of me for work. I've got Nurofen gel, I've got Voltaren, I've got tablets, I've got codeine tablets, all sorts of anti-inflammatories. Yesterday I bought a hot water bottle, which has been great to sleep with because I'm not sleeping at night. And I've also got this thing, some of you might be interested in, it's called a TENS machine. And basically what it does, I've got these electric pads on my back where the pain starts from. And this just dials up the electrical current. And I got to say, it's been a bit of a lifesaver, because sitting in a plane, sitting in the coach, I have to actually lay out straight, so I can't sit bend because the pain is just terrible. So I have to, anyway, enough of that. I'm not a sick person. I don't take any medications for anything, so this is very difficult for me to cope with. I've never experienced pain like it. Anyway, we push on. So today is as a day off work, but I am going to be joined by some colleagues who also want to go to Port Arthur. And I've never been. I've been to Tassie twice on 2 motorbike trips. And I'll put the links down below of those playlists if you want to see what riding around Tassie's like. But I'm not on a bike today. I did try and, before these injuries, I did try and find a bike shop to hire a bike to ride today, but as it turns out, I couldn't have. They did predict a lot of rain this week, but honestly, we've had beautiful weather. Look at this view in Hobart at Rest Point Casino. So enough raving for me. Let's go down and get some breakfast so I can take some of these tablets, because I can't take them on an empty stomach. And we're going to Port Arthur. I'm going to find out all the information about Port Arthur. It's quite a controversial place. It's a big thing in Australian history about what happened there. One thing I have noticed about this casino, the signage is terrible. Just trying to find the breakfast room has sent us all around a few corners we shouldn't have gone. Even then, and I've been here twice before, I still got lost. So the signage needs to be better. Poached egg, bacon and a potato thing. Pineapple juice. Drugs are in there. Paracetamol Fort, which has got codeine in it. 2 Nurofen anti-inflammatories. I can't sit down, so I'm standing up to eat meals and things. And on the bus I stretch out. So my colleague Debbie Dixon here has found these costumes wonder if they've all performed here.
Yeah, so we've got Tina Turner.
Oh yeah, I think they.
Billy Connolly down there.
Yeah, and they've got their costumes. Oh, how fabulous!
I know, you love this, Chris.
Oh my goodness! One of those for the Mardi Gras. Here's our chariot. Our 3-day tour to Port Arthur. Morning, everybody.
Good morning. Morning.
Morning.
So we've doubled in size in 6 years. Because of what the next like.
Sorry, Stel, what was that again about that plantation I just
So
filmed?
that's the Fogarty family from WA and Robert Hill Smith's family, Yalumba, Pusey Vale, Chance. They've got almost 300 hectares in total. So we've doubled, Tasmania's doubled their plantations in 6 years, and that's the reason why from 0.5% to 1% of Australia's total grapevine plantings.
So that is the largest in Tasmania?
Yeah, it's the largest.
How you going there, Matt?
Good, thanks.
Any news on that death row meal yet?
No, it's frustrating. We started in Hobart here.
Yeah.
And we're at the moment we're at Denali, which is there.
Yeah.
Just about to go over the water, and we have to go down to there.
Port Arthur, then.
Yep.
Great. My motorbike followers, Matt Dagg was a motorcyclist, weren't you, Matt?
Was many years.
What bikes did you ride back in the day?
I had Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, I rode Ducatis.
You were T-boned, weren't you? You had a bit of a bad accident.
Yeah, I had at that stage I had a Honda VDR 1000, and a guy come through, well, failed to give way because he was on his phone, and we had an impact speed of 90 kilometres an hour.
My God.
And rode the bike off, and almost rode me off as well.
Yeah, and you were sort of really put back together, weren't you?
Yeah, so I broke my back in 5 places.
Wow.
Broke my neck in 2 places. Smashed 3 ribs, nearly put them through my lungs. Lacerated kidney, ruptured adrenal gland, and tore the muscle off my back.
Yow.
And had a bruise which went from my shoulder to mid-thigh on one side, and the whole side filled up with blood.
What was the recovery time?
Oh, months.
I'm not complaining anymore about my back now after hearing this.
And a couple of things saved me. 3 things in particular.
Yeah? What were they?
First one was a full face helmet.
Yes.
Because the chin piece of the helmet, my head broke my neck because of flexion. My neck flexed that much that it snapped C6 in 2 places.
Yeah.
If it was an open faced helmet, I would have flexed higher. Same break in C4 would have killed me instantly. Unconscious in the middle of the road. The first person on the scene was a paramedic who was on his way to the ambulance station, and he had an ambulance radio in the car.
Wow.
And then some motorcycle was unconscious in the middle of the road, and he stopped.
Okay.
And he
knew what to do.
He knew what to do, but he got there justice, and people said, well, we need to get the traffic moving, so we've got to lift the guy up and put him on the footpath, and that would have rendered my back absolutely stuffed, and
right.
I would have been in a wheelchair.
Yeah, so they didn't do that because
the
that
paramedic
guy was
first
there
on
to
site.
stop it.
And the third thing that saved me was a good mate of mine is an orthopaedic surgeon, and he took over my care. He come and visit me in intensive care, and he said, I can fix you with a body brace, which will brace your neck and your back all at the same time. So I wore that for 4 months, and he repaired me without surgery. But I did not lose any skin because I wore
All the protective
all
gear.
the best protective gear, and I lost no skin whatsoever.
Amazing. And you have been on
Thank you, Dionysi and Alpine Stars.
Right. But you have been on a motorbike since then.
Lots of
times
since then.
But not so much anymore. That's not your focus so much, bike riding anymore.
No, I had dirt bikes, and I just sold my dirt bikes.
Because he has a missus too that looks over him a little bit, and sort of she has to approve a few things. Quite rightly, I may add.
That's right. I haven't owned a road bike since the accident, and I rode for 25 years. And I just sold dirt bikes that myself and my youngest son used to ride on. So we had Kawasaki dirt bikes, but they're gone.
They're gone. And you push bikes now, like mountain bikes.
Mountain bikes, yeah. I've been mountain biking all my life. But
Okay.
That's where my 2-wheel fun comes from.
Well, there's big lessons in there to learn for my fellow bike riders.
Yeah, huge. But
I actually need to take a bit more notice of that because I, don't often wear the proper gear.
And look, it's
I'm guilty. I forget to do my chin strap up. Everyone mentions that in my videos.
And look, sometimes accidents happen because the rider's been foolish, but when they happen because
of someone else
has been an idiot, it can really It's just life-changing stuff.
Yeah, you don't get many second chances on a motorbike.
No, and I still get back pain, I still get neck pain, but I walk. So
Yeah, exactly.
There's a few wins and I get to see my kids grow up, so it's a big thing. But if that didn't happen, I'd still be riding. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
But you were also, in your motorbike heyday, you created a whole bunch of really interesting T-shirts and things. I stole one of your ideas from Helmet Hair when I was doing the Barbering Biker, so I loved it.
Yeah.
But hair by helmet, and I nicked that and called it Helmet Hair by the Barbering Biker.
Yeah. I had a female brand called Mono Lisa.
Mono Lisa, I like that. Yeah.
Eagle Hawk neck.
What is it?
Eagle Hawk neck.
The dog line. What's that about, Stell? Did you say?
Well, they used to have dogs with chains on each dog, going from one dog to the other, and they'd be across the road. It didn't look like this at the time, so the convicts couldn't get past.
Oh, okay.
They were stuck down there.
There's one of the 1,000 islands out there that surround Tasmania. But what's the story? What did the British do with the Aboriginal women? Yeah.
Yes, they kidnapped them. They actually, Macquarie sent an order out to kill all Aborigines or all natives. They were vermin, but many of the whalers and sealers kidnapped the women, and you can imagine any male, it's when you've got like 50 men to every female out here, they would kidnap them, they would breed with them, which is why the Tasmania does have generations and generations of
with indigenous
ancestry. Yeah, definitely. So,
but there's no full-blooded indigenous people in Tasmania.
No, Truganini wasn't the last. There were a few more after her.
Right.
But early in the 20th century, early 1900s, the last full-blooded Aborigines died down here.
So these soldiers and pioneers of Tasmania would kidnap the women.
They were cruel bastards. They were slaves and prisoners. Slaves and prisoners and breeders. White colonial settlers is a phrase that just means genocidal maniacs. So, but not just the British, the French, the Dutch, the Belgian, the Spanish, the Portuguese. So not just the Americans with the American Indians. So not just the British, American natives. Sorry. Yeah, that's and it's going on today, of course, but I won't mention where.
Well, every colonised country have done some horrible things to their natives. Right, we're here now at Port Arthur. It's a $50 entry fee, I believe, but there is a lot on offer. We're not going to have time to do it all. And may I just reiterate, my plan was to hire a motorbike and do this, and it would have been amazing because the road down here from Hobart to Port Arthur is amazing. It's perfect for motorbikes, well-maintained roads, and sadly I couldn't do it, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I would suggest anyone coming to Tassie, keep a day aside in Hobart, base yourself in Hobart, get a bike or have your bike and do a day trip, because not only is it a great ride, there's lovely little coves and inlets and outlets that you can pull off to, oysters and cafes and things along the way. So it'd be a great day trip. So nowadays Port Arthur is mainly known for the massacre that happened, and I'll get those details, but it obviously was a penal settlement way back in the day. So it has other historic significance that we really probably should focus on. In Tasmania, it is the person who committed that crime his name is never mentioned. In actual fact, there is a documentary, like a drama documentary based on that story, and even the title of the movie has been, the letters of his name have been reversed, so that his name is not mentioned.
Port Arthur Historic Site is a place of global significance, one of the 11 places that make up the Australian convict sites on the UNESCO World Heritage List. It is part of a series of convict heritage sites across the country which collectively represent the phenomenon of convictism and demonstrate developments in the punishment of crime. Port Arthur was part of a larger system which saw a mass forced migration of thousands of men, women and children to Australia from Great Britain. Britain's transportation of convicts to Australia was the world's first conscious attempt to build a new society on the labour of convicted criminals.
He was 15 and he was only sent to prison because he was a dangerous character. There's not even a particular
Crime.
15.
15.
15.
Right, do you relate to that, Chris? At 15?
At 15, I probably did.
So you pick a card here and then you find the corresponding card on that wall. So go, Chris, find something there. Now let's go. So you've got the Queen of Diamonds.
14 years for stealing a horse.
Got there, Chris?
It's on this side.
Yeah, same on this side.
Charles Hogan,
Right.
27.
Oh, hairdresser! It's my old trade. What did he do wrong?
Sentenced in order to mend his drunken ways. So he was an alcoholic.
Oh my goodness. But he became the barber as well because of his skills.
13-year-old.
He got a 13-year-old.
James Gavigan, 13. He stole 21 umbrellas and sentenced to 7 years.
13 years old. Can you imagine that age and being sent on a boat to another land away from... Unbelievable. No. Oh, okay. There's a different design. Does that matter? I don't think so. And who have we got? Benjamin Stanton, 16. Boy, obviously. 7. Tried to escape on a ship. He was caught and sent back to work in the chain gang for a year. That's 16. The kids of today would not have stood 5 seconds of this. Right, bit of kangaroo skin there. I'd love that on my motorbike. That would go really well. Away convict.
Yeah.
He skinned a kangaroo and put it on top to try... Well, ingenious.
Bone saw. Some medical equipment, bone saw.
Chopping off limbs. If I could sit down, I would have given it a crack. It's heavy, right?
Put it on, girls.
Some lashings there. Crimes punished. Stealing a loaf of bread. I put in my maiden name t-shirt and these are all related to me and all the convicts. I know, I knew it. Oh, I've got an American one there. So the massacre that happened in 1996 was the start of Australia's sweeping gun laws. And like I said before, it's not really talked about. There is a memorial here that we might find for the people that were gunned down. And it was an absolute tragedy. Port Arthur is the world's best preserved convict site with something like 30 intact buildings. Bet that tree could tell some stories. This is a penitentiary. He said they're doing a bit of work on it, restoring it. Right. The $50 ticket also includes a 20-minute ferry ride, which we won't have time to do today. I also got, because I'm old and I have one of those seniors cards, I got in for $41. So one of the workers here who said make sure you go in this end and see the size of the cells. Okay, this is the size of a cell. This is how they are. Oh my God, how tiny. They lived in that. It's barely enough room to lay down. It's a memorial of the tragedy that took place. This is the site of the Broad Arrow Cafe where the massacre happened. Obviously it's no longer, it closed down immediately. The roof has come off. But they've kept the basic structure here because they believe by allowing this to be open now, it is freeing of the bad memories. So, in loving memory. April 1996 memorial. Very eerie sort of place. It's very quiet. These are all the commandants and lieutenants and the officials' houses. Well, they looked over to the penal part. So I'm just treading carefully on the conspiracy theories about the tragedy. So the perpetrator, who we don't say his name, was convicted. He had a very low IQ. 35 people were killed and 20 odd were injured. The conspiracy theorists, some will maintain that it was a set-up job from the government to rush in gun reforms. Some say that it was actually a trained marksman and he was just a scapegoat because of his low intelligence. He couldn't really fight the claims. They're touchy subjects that can generate a lot of discussion and controversy. The memorial that we just visited has kept very low key. You know, there's no flashy stuff, flowers or anything. It's just a simple plaque with the names of those that were killed. A lot of the conspiracy theories obviously completely ignored the fact that the perpetrator admitted to the crimes. There were witnesses. He had a house full of arsenal and weapons, and people saw him do it. I think it sort of probably falls into the category of broader conspiracy theories where some believe it's a worldwide attempt to disarm the population. Okay, enough said about that. The watchtower over the penitentiary. There's more houses over there which I probably won't get to. Okay, we're in the tower. Really beautiful. We're going to the asylum.
In their new environment, many experienced violence, abuse and hopelessness. It's little wonder then that by the mid-1800s, Port Arthur and the Tasman Peninsula had become a place where mental illness and disability was commonplace.
The church bells. So Matt, where to tonight? What's the agenda for tonight?
Tonight we're going to a loft restaurant.
The Loft Restaurant.
A loft.
A loft restaurant.
Loft, yeah. For a 5-courser with wine.
Ooh, 5 courses. Because we're back to work tonight, aren't we? This has been a free day, but we're back to work tonight
Yes.
to learn about.
So in the, I can't remember, in the 60s, this was all pretty much wiped out. Really the whole town, bushfires.
From bushfires?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's actually more recent.
Oh, a big kite going up there. This would have been beautiful on a bike, but in a car and a bus, it's all given us a little bit of the seasickness. Beautiful windy roads. Great on a
See you
motorbike.
down here again soon then, Chris.
Not so much in a car. Okay, so today's video finished very abruptly after Port Arthur because I'm going to film where we're going tonight, but this will also form part of tomorrow's video for my work uploads. So Matt, where are we?
This is the loft. A loft restaurant.
A loft.
Pier 1
Pier 1
at Salamanca.
at Salamanca, which is sort of in Hobart. So as far as my video goes, I'm signing off now because we're now back at work. So thanks for joining me today. It was a bit of an unusual video, I know, but I hope you learnt something. I enjoyed going out to Port Arthur. It was a great day.